Hello everyone, Bobby here, and welcome back to Cassiopeia. In this episode, I have some big plans for this little building. This is not a little building that is going on right here. I've kind of sectioned it off into two main projects we've got to get done. Number one is actually working on the building. As you can see, we're missing a roof, and most of the actual walls are not actually here. So that's project or part of project number one. And then project number two is hooking up these storage systems, all of these chests and all of these things to be automatically sorted and hopefully all connected up to the central area that you can put all your stuff in when you want your items to get sorted. I really have no expectations that this is going to get done today, but it's been a long time coming, and so it's something that's needed to be done. And I was just thinking now is the perfect time to actually work on some of this stuff. Now, to get started on creating some sort of storage system, I have to decide where I want things to go. So that's what I've gone and done here, and I've laid out tons of different items that can go into each of these chests all across the storage system. So just for a quick example, like here we have all the colors, here we have ores and things, and over here would be anything that has to do with nature. And I've started filling some of these up, but the problem is I don't have a lot of the things that I would need in order to fill these up completely. I mean, part of what makes this storage system so ambitious is that I want to fill up tons of spots with items for items to get sorted into, which means I would need those items to already be in the chests, and sometimes I don't have large numbers of those items. To ensure that every item can be sorted properly without any hiccups, I need to actually go and collect every single item. Instead of worrying about all that right now, though, I have decided to go to another piece of the project. So this is where I plan for you to be able to come and throw any item you wish into here, and it would all get sorted no matter what you threw into there. All the items then come up through the pipe just via a water stream, and then I've built this pipe here where you'll be able to see all the items flowing across until they drop down into here. It's really important to me that no matter what you put in the storage system, it doesn't get clogged up. So when the items flow down through that pipe, they're going to come to right here where I want to build a shulker unloader. So if items are in shulker boxes, they will be unloaded and able to be properly sorted into the rest of the system. When I started building this contraption, I really didn't expect it to be difficult at all, but when I started designing one, it proved that wasn't the case. So it's really difficult to have both of these things work together. Having an empty shulker box unloader is really easy. Having a filled shulker box loader is really easy. Putting these two things together, though, can prove quite tricky. Even after quite a bit of testing and messing around with all sorts of different things, I can't figure it out. So, while I'm going to keep working on this, I don't want to get too focused on this that we don't have time for other things. Other things that include a really simple item sorter along here that I've built multiple times. This is just going to be for some of the major items that I have that I have 3 chests laid out for. I don't think they'll be filled up, but just in case. And there we go, a super simple item sorter that everyone has probably built this at least once in a Minecraft world. I did it a bit differently than I have in the past using the target blocks, just because I heard in Bedrock Edition, the one with the repeater isn't always 100% reliable. I don't exactly know why not, but I just thought I have the resources, might as well make sure this thing's going to be working properly. But it's the same in all other areas. The item that you're sorting, and then a bunch of the filler items. This water stream also fits perfectly into the line of 8 hoppers that it needs to. I don't know if water streams, are going to be the best option, but for now I'm going to leave them. If it turns out that they for some reason don't work, I can easily switch to hoppers. I just thought for now it would be easier. Of course, I've set the same thing up here on the other side. No water streams yet, but that'll be done soon. And the other thing I need to do is finish these storage columns and add the sorting systems to the very top of there. There is one more thing I want to do before the end of the episode, though. I came into this episode hoping to do the redstone and a little bit of building infrastructure. So these supports right here, I built kind of as a layout for the dome that I plan to go on top of this whole building. After doing a bit more research, though, it turns out that domes with a square base aren't just impossible in Minecraft, they're actually not really something that's even done in the real world. So I'm going to have to work around and come up with a different solution to how I'm going to make a dome over a square cross-section. There are a couple of options from real-world architecture that I could and probably will base my builds off of. The first one is the one I'm probably going to do, and that's, as you can see, where the edges are kind of chopped off, and how that's done is the dome is actually bigger than the square, and then it's just cut off to fit onto the square. The other one, which you can see now, has the weird pointy bits on the sides, and while that's definitely would be possible, that would be probably harder to build in Minecraft, seeing as curved shapes are just difficult in general to build in Minecraft, so I probably won't be going with this one. I plan on making a tutorial video on how to make domes, all kinds of domes, and oval spheres or ellipsoids in the future, but for now, I'll do a quick explanation of how this dome is going to be built. So to start, I've built the outline of the storage system walls. It looks pretty close to a square, but the orange side is actually 1 block longer than the blue side. So you can see here I've built one corner of this circle, and it goes around the edge of the square. Now you can see there's a bit of a gap, and so we really want to be sure we get as close to the correct sized circle as possible. So I'm going to try a couple different sizes. And so the key is really to find the perfect size of the oval. So here you can see it goes 1 below the edge or corner of the square it needs to be going on. And all I had to do was increase the radius by 1 for that one, and it goes right on the outside. So you can see how much of a difference even just 1 increased block of the radius can make. Finally, as a real quick explanation for how chopping the edges off is going to work, as you can see here, I've made a mini dome over a square, and just simply how it's going to work is you come in here, you chop off anything that is outside of the square, and then you would build a wall right here to fill in those gaps. So as you can see, it's still very much curved shape, but it fits perfectly right inside of the square, curving all the way down to the edges. It probably looks a little funny just because this is a circle, or a sphere, I mean, so it goes up much higher than a normal dome probably would. But that's just to give you an idea of how building that would work. So I don't exactly know how to say this, but we've had quite a big change, or I've had quite a big change of plans. I've been thinking about what I've been planning on doing, uh, and my original plan just hasn't really worked out the way I had hoped that it would. So I've ran into a little bit of a weird problem, and that's just simply that my storage system is too big. It takes so long to like run across the whole thing, and when I'm trying to build up large contraptions or builds that require tons of different items, I'm running all over the place. And it's just not what I feel like would be in a perfect storage system. I really plan on having this be a really long time storage system. And I want this mega base to be something that I'm really proud of and really happy with how it works. And as of right now, that just doesn't look like that's what's becoming the case. So, after a lot of really thinking about it and considering what's the best option, I've determined I'm going to try and shrink down this storage system by moving in the walls a little bit. So, it's going to be a bit of a difficult process, a long process, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be showing it all in videos, but I really think it's worth it to take care of these things um, before they become an even bigger problem that I can't stand. So until next episode, when this place might look very different from how it's looking right now, I want to thank everyone who has watched up until this point in the video, everyone who has watched all of my videos. I want to thank you guys all so much for the support that I've gotten, and I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope it's not too disappointing that I didn't finish the roof, but it will get done. I will still hopefully get my domes slash 3D oval video out here in the near future. But until then, I want to thank everyone for watching. Adios!